All right, so that's what 3,360 pounds looks like in the bed of a K3500. Just got back from Home Depot, and I got a pallet of concrete. They're 80-pound bags, and there's 42 bags each. There's the pallet. Even got a couple small cinder blocks. So to recap what this truck is, this is my OBS crew cab, long bed, 4-wheel drive, 1-ton, 3500 truck that I built a while back. It's got a 12-valve Cummins swap with an NV 4500 5-speed. It's got a new bulletproofed NP 231C transfer case. It has a first-gen 01 Duramax front diff that I went through with 373 gears. It has the original GM 14-bolt, 10.5-inch ring gear, full floating rear diff that I put 373 gears in as well. So 373 gears front back. And in order to haul this kind of weight, in my opinion, there's a couple things you got to do, because you can't just put weight like this on one of these trucks. The guy at Home Depot did the best he could to get the weight centered over the axle. Obviously, it's not centered, but I didn't want him tearing my truck up. He was struggling with that forklift. So the main thing is these pack air springs, airbags, if you will. Those were great. Those were less than $300 from Pack Brake, I believe. And I'm not running a compressor. I just got an air chuck on a bumper, and I'm running 100 PSI right now. Additionally, I have a 2-inch 11-gauge piece of square tubing that I welded to the frame on both sides for just rigidity, because these trucks, if you know anything about these trucks, this part of the frame it's not very wide. On these 2500 and 3500 trucks, the material is quite a bit thicker on the frame than like a half ton, like a 1500, but they still do tend to want to flex. So the truck does have 3 inches of lift in the suspension and 2 inches in the body. So that's how I was able to put that piece of 2-inch square tubing in there between the bed and the frame. And as you can see, even though that load is not centered by any means at all, the truck handles the weight just fine. The gap between the cab and the bed on both sides is pretty darn even. I drove back about 11 miles with it. Of course, I've got plenty of power, so the power wasn't the issue. Really no issue at all, just I could tell that there was weight back there. See on this side here. So that's my setup, and I've had a good 3,000 pounds in that bed before with a yard and a half of wet sandy loam, and but that's what it takes. If you've got one of these trucks to really be able to get one of these trucks to haul some weight, you've got to, in my opinion, put bags in the back, and you've got to strengthen that rear frame rail section, basically from just in front of the front axle, the rear axle, or the in front of the rear tire, as far back as you can. So I think that piece I have there is about 20 inches long. But there you go. There's a good shot. And this is a great truck. And I bought this as basically a project for like kind of a toy. And then this turns out to be, I drive this truck all the time. I use this truck for business. So, I've got a brand new Toyota Tundra sitting over there, as you can see. Trees, but I drive this truck. I drive this truck more than anything. And I just got done putting the snow water methanol injection. I'm just running 100% water on it, and it's working great. That comes on at 30 psi of boost. This truck's making 46 pounds of boost in fourth and fifth gear. So there you go. One more good look before I end it. All right.